I'm Kevin Shaw, and you're watching the Watercraft Journal. For this episode of Uncut, we are showing you an uncut clip from Dean Adler's GTX 230 as he joined us on the Damn Tennessee ride. The plan for this ride was to a 200-mile sprint west on the Cumberland River up into Lake Barkley and then turn right back around at Land Between the Lakes and head home. And while the full report and full video is still being edited, I wanted to show a little bit of a teaser as to how the day went, especially since this is from almost the very beginning. This is around maybe 6:45 in the morning, maybe 7 o'clock, as the sun has already began to rise. Dean actually has a lot to do with making this ride happen. Dean just would not let it go. He really wanted me to help host another ride, and this ride had been canceled the month before because of really foul weather. And so when it came time to do it again, it was very cold. Don't get me wrong, it never got above 50 degrees, especially out on the water. I think right around now is around 44 degrees, and that is not including the wind chill. But here we're seeing Dean. He's towards the back of the pack since there was only 5 of us. Our 6th rider, he couldn't get his ski operating right, and we had to leave him at the lawn trampoline. And I felt really bad about it, but he understood. Dean did a really good job helping us out in recording. I had lost a GoPro, and then Chris Stone lost a GoPro, and thankfully Dean had good mounting points for all of his cameras, and so we didn't lose anything. But as we come into the downtown Nashville waterfront, we're going to be passing this illuminated bridge. It actually has LED lights that rotate throughout the night. It's really neat. And then this former train trestle is now a person bridge, and takes you right into the Riverfront area. And you can see the Hard Rock Cafe and the AT&T building, which is famously known as the Batman building. And on the right, of course, is Nissan Stadium, where the Tennessee Titans play. And as we go past the riverfront here, you're going to see just how much construction. You saw a little bit earlier, but there's just a ton of construction happening. A lot of money is coming in from out of state. A lot of people are finding Tennessee to be a really great place to live and to work, and so they're bringing their California or New York or New Jersey money and snatching up all the property. Not exactly excited about that, but it is bringing a lot of commerce to the state, which is nice. One thing I wanted to note is that here he is on the GTX, and he's got it pinned around 55 miles an hour. That's not full throttle, of course, but you're seeing a lot of how the hull reacts even to very mild chop and to just some basic wakes. You'll see that the bow really guides the front of the ski. You'll even hear Dean kind of struggle a little bit as he's reeling in Doug, who's directly ahead of him on the bright blue GP 1800R. And one thing about Doug is that he showed up from Lexington, Kentucky, and the poor guy had forgotten any sort of long pants. He was wearing snowboarding gear, and he forgot the snowboarding pants. And by the end of the ride, his legs were purple. They were so cold. So really got to give it up to Doug for being the Iron Man and championing the ride. We had a lot of fun on this one. We didn't get to make the full 400, just the fuel consumption, and we did run into some pretty bad water conditions. Just a lot of rough water. We had some pretty strong winds that churned up the water, and we were just chewing through gas that just made it impossible for us to do the full 400. But we did click off well over 300 miles, and that's a pretty respectable day. And we're pretty excited to share the full ride and full report that's coming out in a couple of weeks. We hope you enjoyed this uncut clip, and we'll talk to you soon.